Know when to quit. The sunk cost trap. Let's say you're planning your next summer vacation. So you go on the internet and look for a few different destinations you'd like to visit. You find a trip to Rome, a historical city, but it's not something you're too excited about. The travel package includes a plane ticket and a stay at a hotel for a total of $2,000. This package is not refundable, but you can't find anything better. So you decide to book the trip. The next day you do some more searching and you find another potential trip. This time it is to Paris, your favorite city. The travel package comes with a plane ticket and it includes a stay at a much more luxurious hotel. And the trip is on a discount and it costs just $1,000. Again, the ticket is non-refundable, but since you'll be taking 2 separate breaks this summer, you decide to book this trip as well. However, later that day you realize you made a small mistake. You accidentally booked the trip to Paris for the same week as your trip to Rome. You are unable to change the dates because the hotels are fully booked and the packages are non-refundable and non-transferable. Now you're faced with a tough choice. Do you go to Rome or do you go to Paris? What would you do? You start weighing your options. If you go to Rome, you would only lose out on the $1,000 you paid for Paris. But if you go to Paris, you would have to swallow a loss of $2,000 that you paid for Rome. You know that in Rome you would have a decent time, but in Paris you would have an amazing time. So which do you pick? Roughly half the people who are presented with this question will answer that they would go to Rome. The reason being that the trip has cost more money. Therefore, they would minimize their loss. However, this sort of thinking is misguided. The truth is that irrespective of which trip you take, you have invested a total of $3,000 and you can't get this money back and your loss is actually equal. So the wise thing to do is to choose the trip that would bring you the most joy. In this case, a trip to Paris, your favorite city, which includes a luxurious hotel. What I have just described is what psychologists and economists call the sunk cost fallacy. The more famous example of the fallacy is the Concorde, the supersonic passenger plane. Building the aircraft proved to be very difficult and very expensive. But instead of shutting down the project, the British and the French governments continued funding it even though they knew that the aircraft would not have any economic benefit. They argued that they had invested too much to give up. I have seen this at play firsthand during my time as an oil and gas industry professional. Companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars drilling for oil, yet they don't want to abandon the location, even if they feel there might be no oil. Why? Because of the sunk cost. They have spent a lot of money on this. Everything in life is about knowing what you want and getting what you want. Knowing what you want is making decisions, and getting what you want is negotiating. If you do not update your knowledge in these 2 areas, you will miss out on many things in life. We offer training in analytical decision making and negotiating. Our training is based on the 3 M's: the message, the messenger, and the method.
Remember, every action is a decision and every interaction is a negotiation.
Thank you for watching. Would love to connect with you on LinkedIn.